Storms moving through the Queen City, once again adding stress for some travelers. FlightAware reporting over 200 flights have been delayed so far today at Charlotte Douglas Airport, while 20 flights have been canceled. As we check that weather forecast for the rest of the day and the beginning of the work week, hopefully the people can rebook their flights, but weather, Brad, always affecting some of these flights going out.
Yeah, and it's always not even locally. It's anywhere there's an airport. If one delay happens, a trickle down occurs. We're taking a live look off towards the west from our Mr. Sparky Carolina camera network. We're hoping to clear these skies out. There are some signs of some clearing back to the west, even though we have some cloud cover currently over Charlotte. Most of the clouds and showers are pushing out as clearing is pushing in from the west. We'll have to keep an eye on some storms up in Kentucky. But the reason we want to see clear skies tonight, on Friday morning, SpaceX launched another 22 of the next generation of their Starlink satellites, and tonight coming up at 9:34 they're going to pass right over the Carolinas. Now, if you've never seen this before, it looks like a space train. It's a chain of lights going across the sky. That's actually satellites reflecting the light back down. They will be passing over at around 9:34, so give or take a couple minutes. Visible for about 5 minutes, moving northwest to east. If you have a clear view of the sky, it's worth taking a look if you've never seen them before. Even if you know what they are kind of freaky to see. Now, they're not always visible. They're only visible a couple days after launch and around sunset and sunrise. Eventually, they will orient them more in what we call shark fin mode. They will not reflect the light. They'll spread them out, and they won't be visible. So this is a good opportunity if you've never seen them before. And then there's like 12 or 13,000 of them up there already, low Earth orbit to give us internet access across the globe. Temperatures tomorrow climbing back up into the upper 80s, close to 90, lots of sunshine, but noticeably lower dew points. Now, tonight the severe weather risk is off to the south. Tomorrow, we're likely going to see a risk to the east as well as we begin to push all this moisture out of here. That drier air is going to be the most noticeable thing about our forecast. It's still going to be warm, upper 80s near 90. That's still summer heat, but the fact that dew points will likely be in the 50s and 60s should make it feel pretty good. But we're still going to see at least a pop-up shower storm tomorrow, maybe 30% chance late in the day into the evening. But notice the flow coming out of the northeast. That's a sign that we're going to see much drier air for the week. In fact, that's reflected in our dew point forecast. Lower mid 60s, even near 60 on Wednesday. That's much more comfortable air. It's still not what I call refreshing, but compared to the 70-degree dew points we had this weekend and coming up next weekend, it is going to feel pretty nice. This was the cloud cover yesterday. A tropical wave came ashore. Now it's exiting back off to the east. It's got a little spin to it. Hurricane Center keeping a close eye on that. That might get a tropical designation. There's a 30% chance that happens. Also, another system out there that has a 70% chance of development. So two systems we'll keep a close eye on as we flip the calendar to August next week. That's a key date because 87% of all tropical systems form after August 1st. A lot of folks think this has been a slow season. It really hasn't even started yet. We've had 4 named storms already, which is ahead of schedule. And this stat right here shows you we're just now entering the peak of the hurricane season, and the water out there is a hot tub. So if anything gets going, it's going to be strong. Long term, we're looking at temperatures staying slightly above average, just not as hot as we've been recently. The real heat will stay in the desert Southwest, Texas, and Florida, but the southern tier of the country is going to stay very warm. We'll have a couple days of dry weather, and then going into the weekend, those temperatures will be cooler, but we're going to see a better chance of rain. Tomorrow, heads up for a pop-up shower storm, but temperatures hovering closer to 90 degrees. And your Guy Roofing 7-day forecast shows the milder air, a lot of 80s in the middle of the week. We will see a good chance of storms late in the week into the weekend, but most of those will be scattered in the afternoon and evenings.